where we share with you what it means to have a life of value in different areas. And of course, when you have that life of value, you'll be able to impact the next person positively. What you do is you keep knocking endlessly at doors, set your goals and your visions, and of course, realistic expectations so that you don't get pressure. So when we're talking about pressure now, the pressure might not be coming like the person is one-on-one.
Yes.
It can be coming from afar. It can even be parents.
Maximum Impact Global TV.
Welcome. This is Maximum Impact Global Television, where we bring you inspiring stories, where we bring you life-changing topics, where we share with you what it means to have a life of value in different areas. And of course, when you have that life of value, you'll be able to impact the next person positively. So you are on to the program, Young and Talented. What does this program aim to achieve? Is looking at the youth and that well of ideas they have within them, and that well of creativity they have within them, that well of value they have within them, everything that is good that they have within them that they can bring out to impact the society in the way that is positive. And of course, for you to be able to make an impact, it means that you have something valuable, you have something meaningful, you have something that is worthwhile, you have something that somebody can benefit from in a way that is positive. It means you have something that you can put out there that when somebody takes it, the person will not be in a way, the person will not be harmed or endangered. This is what we are looking at. So today, on this program, Young and Talented, we're looking at peer pressure. Peer pressure. Even if you're not a youth and you're watching or you're listening to us right now, have you ever been pressured in any way? You were once a youth, and when you were a youth, were you pressured in any way? Peer pressure. That's what we're looking at. And are there, or is there a positive side or a negative side to peer pressure? We're going to be looking at that. And what does it mean? How can we avoid being pressured? And for one who is already pressured or who was pressured to do something that is in the negative, how can this person now have a U-turn? This and more is what is coming to you on the program today, Young and Talented. And my name is Iswana Jane Abodoya. And I have with me
Omale, favorite.
Favorite. One of these days, he's going to let us know why he was named Favorite. And I keep saying favorite, favorite, favorite. So does it mean that other children in the family are not the parents' favorite? All right. Not to worry. That's not what we're looking at today.
Okay.
We're looking at peer pressure. So, favorite,
Yes.
what is peer pressure?
All right. I really want to keep it simple. From the name and the two of peer and pressure, you already know that this is acquaintance or this is a group, a very circumference where you find yourself. It's just like it takes two to tango, and within them there is a wave. And I now put it this way: it is a persuasive impact coming from within the same age or group of persons within themselves.
I love that persuasive,
Thank you.
persuasive impact.
Yeah.
Because some persons can be so persuasive, whether it's in a subtle way or in a loud way, that if care is not taken, everything that you already hold in high esteem, that is already of a good value or virtue, you can see yourself going against it.
You see,
Persuasive.
excuse me. Some people don't even mind. They want to persuade you either in kind or in cash. All they want is you have to give in. Yeah,
Like you just have to give in.
just
Okay, you've heard him talk about peer pressure. You find yourself in a circumference. You hear the key word, circumference. And of course, it would go further to say that circumference will mean the person that you are like, yeah, whether age or this in this area we're likely talking about age, the same age grade or age bracket.
yes.
Okay, peer pressure. So, what are some of the signs of being pressured by peers? Like when one is pressured, what are some of the signs or indicators to show to tell that one is being pressured?
Of course, when you are being pressured, there's always a lingering moment or memory that you always deduce from that event. It's just like at the end of the day, maybe you've been with a friend or you've been with a colleague. Whenever you just come back to yourself, because these people they have a target to you, that there's always an intentional word they will use on you that will always come back to you. Imagine you find yourself in a situation whereby you are currently in need of finance and it might be urgent, and then someone is telling you constantly, maybe within 20 minutes they will tell you like 4 times, if you just do this thing you have this money. Of course, the word money will keep coming to you, not because you want it, but because you need money at the moment. So that pressure is already intentional towards you. So that is just one of the things. There's always a lingering memory or moment that you have within yourself. Then too, there's always an esteem it will give within you. There's always an esteem. Now, this esteem, if you consider it negatively, it makes you down. That's low esteem. Meanwhile, if it is of a good pressure you are having, it motivates you, it gives you hope, it brings you back alive. Then when you are under pressure, another thing is it's always make you look ahead. It's just you are kind of your memory is just like what next. You are being anxious to take a decision. So exactly that's the basic or the core I will limit it to, that it is a sign of you being under pressure.
Yeah, I know that for some persons, visibly, you can tell that they are uneasy.
Yes, yes.
So they become very edgy. Some they are quick to get offended, you know, and they just get upset. They just get angry. They are never settled. They are agitated.
That's why I say that at this point their mind is just like calculating and searching for the next option.
Yeah.
That's just the easiest way you can go about it. So whatever attention is coming is like, is this it? Is that it?
Yes.
So even them themselves, unknowingly to them, they react like that.
Yeah, they are not settled. They are overthinking things,
Exactly.
over calculating. They are jumping. They are edgy. They are uneasy. These are some of them. And before you see, the person is even breaking out in sweat,
And the funniest thing is,
sweating profusely.
they might not even know what to lay hand upon, even while they are in the midst of all this.
Yeah.
So it is a very tangible sign that the person is under pressure.
Yeah, and other times you can't hold a meaningful conversation with that person. The
Yes.
person is always off. As long as it's not tailored towards what is pressuring that person,
You don't have
there is
anything.
no other conversation the person will be able to give meaningful information or meaningful points to.
Yes. It also has to do with emotions.
Mm.
So once you're outside the circle of that emotion they are facing currently, you can lay your hand on nothing else, because to them nothing else matters, and that is why they are highly, highly upset against any other thing. And once you're in that direction, they will bombard you, overload you.
Mm.
They will even want to suck you to become the solution they want, which is very, very unlikely.
At that
Others.
time, it means they can do anything or turn anything to anything
Yes.
to be able to accomplish that which they have set their mind
Yes.
to do. We are still talking about peer pressure, and we just shared with you some of the signs to tell or that indicates that someone or a youth is being pressured or is under pressure. And another key thing is, you find out that some of them, they become loners in a way. They don't want to
Of course.
associate with people.
Of course.
They stay in dark places, dark rooms, environment. Before you know, you see them, even when the place is dark, they can have on sunshade.
You see, one of the things is, at this very point in time, they either find a standing or they themselves become a standing just to fit into the situation.
Okay. So what do you think are some of the causes of peer pressure?
Yes. I used to give this word. Of course, I might speak many times, but I'm a man of few words.
Anytime I hear I'm a man of few words, that person, is not always few words. So.
Yeah, it is few because
I know of someone that we nicknamed that year Anytime he stands up, he say, well, I'm a man of few words. I tell you, those few words, 30 minutes, he has not stopped.
The reason why I said this is because I'm about raising a point that I've mentioned in one of our programs before now.
Okay.
So the first thing
Okay,
is,
man of few words. Let's say
no. You don't have to make maybe that.
Okay. Causes of peer pressure. Favorite.
Let's just go. The number one thing that causes peer pressure to a person is not because the outside world is pressuring you, but because you don't know yourself. That's why I repeat that word. You don't know yourself. Because if you know yourself, the first thing you have to look out for is who is your peer. So if you know yourself and then you can identify your peer, of course it will be working together rather than becoming persuasive and becoming a pressure on you. So the number one cause of
negatively
pressure,
persuasive.
yes,
because you can
persuasive.
You can persuade in a way that is positive.
Yes, thank you for that correction. Thank you. So the number one cause of negative peer pressure, as it is you not knowing yourself, self-discovering, unrealized self-discovering. Then number two is following a wagon. You just feel it's a trend. Let me join. Number three is some people don't want to be stable first before they take the initiative to do. For instance, you just come into an academic ground or a high school. Instead of you to look around and get to know who is who, you can just take a liking because this one is dressed well, it will have a good character and will be a good student in the class. Of course, it doesn't work like that. So if you yourself, you are not stable, even if you know yourself, you will fall into the bad wagon and it will definitely bring a negative impact to you. So from there, we can also talk about the background, the society where we are, the family you come from, and the people around your family. There are families that are not bad, but the nearest family already has bad eggs, and then the parent keeps saying one thing, the child is saying another thing, and before they know, there's a head clash, and overnight the person is turned. So I think these are some of the key reasons to negative pressures.
Awesome. And I would add unrealistic expectations.
Yes.
There's this example I readily give most times when I'm talking with students. I would say, you want to become a pilot and you want to fly within 1 week. You think you can learn to be a pilot within 1 week.
It's not possible.
Unrealistic expectations. And there are others, such as comparison and unhealthy competition. You're comparing yourself with another person, or someone is comparing you with another person. Unhealthy competition. I use the word unhealthy because competitions, they're not all bad, because that's why you have school competitions,
yes,
all of that. But you see, when it is unhealthy, you pressure yourself unnecessarily. Not having goals and visions and virtues or values you stand for can make you have pressure. Because if you don't have goals and vision as a person, as an individual,
you don't have a drive.
Exactly. Personally, if you don't have this, you will not know what time it is in your life.
Yes.
Because you don't have a roadmap.
Yes.
So what you're going to be using is the compass of others.
Yes.
You see somebody doing this, you just feel this is what I want to do. Because you have not set,
you also join.
Because you have not set your own goals and visions.
Yes.
Unrealistic expectations, we have mentioned that this and more are some of the things that gets people to. And another thing is when you talk about not knowing who you are.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say when your identity as a person has been misplaced.
Exactly.
Has been misplaced.
Yes.
You will take up another person's identity. By taking up another person's identity, you must not pressure yourself.
Excuse me,
to be like that person.
Let me chip in. Do you even realize that sometimes the people who are being pressured, actually they are the one who ought to have the say. They are the one who should be the role model. But because the identity is being misplaced, the person who is inferior or who ought to be the lesser one now switch to be the bigger person. And at the end of the day, they are like, oh God, why? It's really misplaced identity.
And yeah, that's why I always say to her, you see, When you don't know that you are at the position to determine who walks through that gate, to command the gate, what you do is you keep knocking endlessly at doors,
Yeah.
and they are not opening, and you are getting frustrated. So what would you do now to go back, to know who you are, set your goals and your visions, and of course, realistic expectations, so that you don't get pressure? So let's hit the next one quickly.
All right.
So I know, I as a person, that there are positives or
Yeah.
positivity you get from pressure. Even as the word pressure, people don't just like to use that word pressure.
Yeah.
So for a youth, in which area or aspect can we say, or what are the positive aspects of being pressure or having pressure, and of course the negative aspect, or something you
Okay.
can leverage on?
Yeah.
When we're talking about when we're talking about positivity in the area of pressure, what is that thing you can leverage on to be the best?
You see, when we talk of the positive side, it's in our world today, it is very, very easy to resist the good and accept the negative.
Why is it
But
so?
of course, it is so because every other thing you see within you, if, like what you say, your identity is not in place, any other thing is misplaced.
Okay.
So it is very easy because the world has misplaced a lot of things. Let's not go into that place. So I will want to say by this, if your identity is in the right, and then the leverages you can have is having the right people, and also you will have the right motivation.
Mm.
You will have the right motivation. You will then have the right build up. You will have healthy competition. You will neglect comparison, and then you now focus on vision, realistic vision. And of course, even if your background doesn't really support what you are facing at the moment, because you are in the right, of course, things begin to fall aright. So it is very, very good in that aspect. Let's consider, me myself. Let me make a sample of myself when I was in school. I'm not the type that read much. I don't like reading for long.
But with the way you talk and you use words, it looks, you strike me like somebody who used to go before, an encyclopedia, dictionary, and with all this your words, circle of conference,
It's not that
circumference.
it's not that I don't read. I
Okay.
don't read much. Let me use that
Okay.
word rather. But I have a friend who loves, guy, let's read.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, I'm such a person that if you speak and I hear you, that's okay for me.
You are like the sponge. You pick a lot.
I just
You pick easily.
So I don't miss classes, but you see, reading is not my call. So I just pick what they ask.
You must make it your call, oh. David,
Yes.
reading is not your call. You must make it your call. You've not heard that
Having a
readers are
mentor,
leaders.
having a mentor like you, of course, it is becoming a call.
Okay, it must be your call.
So we
Or
go,
part of your calling.
thank you. Now these guys begin to like influence me. Let's go and read. Let's go and read. It came to a point that it even dragged me. Let's go to a quiet place and read. Meanwhile, me myself, I can play music and read.
Okay.
But if you drag me, let's go to the forest, let's go to this place, to a point we have to do till daybreak reading.
TDB.
TDB. Thank you. So you see that at the end of the day, though I have these things, but when I read, it also elaborates my knowledge.
Awesome.
So I have that motivation, like, okay, this is good for me also. And at the end of the day, when I open books to like teach other students, they're like, guy, you're upgrading. So
awesome. So that pressure was in the positive aspect.
I don't even want to say it's a pressure, it's a motivation. Let's call it in the right word. So I now pick up.
No, but the consistent pursuit.
Consistent. Thank you.
Is what you mean by pressure. When something is consistent and is pursuing, it's pressure. Is the definition.
Exactly.
So now we're looking at the positive now.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was one of the things you picked from it.
Yes.
It helps you to just build your.
Thank you. So my capacity on that one was built. Then spiritually, you now like, okay, you have, yourself, okay, I'm a Christian, he's a Christian. We might not go to the same fellowship like church with the call, but when it's time to pray, we pray. When it comes to when I feel like, guy, live and enjoy this thing. So at the end of the day, our minds sync, the consistency sync, the values sync. then we no longer keep reasons or keep secret from us, from each other. We begin to like set this thing on norms.
Yeah.
So we built on it. Others who see how we born also came to it, and then before you know, in a class we are like becoming a family.
Also, just because one person just stood for something good and continued the drive,
Yes.
not giving up, even when you felt, oh, this is it. Sometimes,
Like the two of us,
yeah,
when we met, we call ourselves old men. His name is David, mine is favorite. So old man, and people were like, look at these two guys. They were still there. How are they calling themselves old man?
yeah.
So of course, our two consistency and talking just like make things beautiful.
Awesome.
So that's how the positive pressure of on our lives
that you
works.
can leverage on
You
positive.
can leverage on it. You will have a good setup, a good build, a good motivation, and then you can pull the people to you, building a healthy world.
You see, when you say pull people to you, it means that you've been able to carve a niche for yourself. Then at the end of the day, people flow to you because of that good stuff that you are doing. Because I've heard people say, yeah, the way that somebody can just be in your space, in your face. The person might not be physical, but always listen to a particular thing or a particular message, a particular news, a particular information. Some person be like, this is becoming, something else.
Of course.
So they take that as a way to inspire or motivate themselves to do something. So when we're talking about pressure now, the pressure might not be coming like the person is one-on-one.
Yes.
It can be coming from afar. It can even be parents when they are telling you, do this, why don't you try this, why don't you try that? Sometimes you may just think they are bothering, they are disturbing you. But why don't you try and sit back and look at it, ponder on it, meditate, and ask yourself, is it for my good?
Yes.
Is it for my good? Because primarily, I say, if it's not going to bring you or another person positive outcome, then it's something that you shouldn't even give an ear to. But if you think about it, ponder on it, and you're going to benefit from it positively, and the outcome in turn will impact on another person positively. Then it's a good one. So let's look at the negative.
Okay.
Negative aspect of peer pressure.
Negative aspect of peer pressure. Just like we've discussed already, the negative side is, number one, you live lagging behind. Let me use that word. When the good is pulling you and you're lagging behind, of course, the other word is also ready to receive you. And even when they see you doing good, there is someone who is there. It seems good also, but they also want to, because everybody wants a good to make a better.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Let's see it this way. If, for instance, you are good academically, and then you begin to club, those who want to join you to do well, they also seek opportunity with you and club. And because that is the nature of who they were before, it makes it easier
it's
for them.
very easy for them to flow.
Yes. So that's the pressure. So they might not really come to you directly.
Yeah,
but
subtle.
They keep coming to you cunningly, let me say, and tricky.
Very quiet.
In a way that
very smooth.
Stop it now. Just come first. Drop the book first. Of course, over time, if you are not careful, you just give in and you are done for. Then another way is that the money in quote is not the bad, but the way it is being used on you can also draw you from the good way, and it lands a negative pressure.
Okay.
Most times, if you are in school, let me say, that hails from the humble background, and in some of the classes you might not really be on catch, and somebody is like, come, let's go and hit, when you have assignment or one or two tasks to do, they are telling you leave it, and the lecturer is telling you that this thing should be done before this time. It's not left for you to make decision. Should I stay with this crew that is doing it, or
especially when you know that you don't have you don't have hope for the next meal. It can be very tempting.
I'm telling you, as if you've been there.
No, we've not been there.
Okay,
We
thank
can't
you.
say we've been there.
Okay, so let's just say that's an angle of it.
Yeah.
Then the other one is when it comes to relationship, you should be very careful because you might make a mistake, but there are mistakes we often pray that God should help us not to make it, because if you land in that trouble, you will really, really not be able to come out.
Awesome.
Then the other way around is don't even miss out on God. Anything that pertains taking you from God, taking you to ritual and dark places. In fact, sometimes
Now you're already talking about effective ways to handle peer pressure.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. If
No, 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 but it's a good, no, it's not a deviation because that's the next one. So we're looking at the effective ways of and the
peer pressure.
yeah.
Okay, then let's make it a quick ride. An effective way is the number one way I want to say is repent yourself.
Okay.
Yes, discover who you are or remember who you are. Let me use that word and repent, because you can remember who you are and still remain in the dark. You remain in the wrong. There's no really result in that thing you are doing. So the number one thing is once you know yourself, just take side with the positive side. Even if it's stylishly, just turn back to them. Of course, at this point, they are really angry with you. Imagine you've been trying to win somebody over, the person is finally coming and returned again. So stylishly start going back to them. You can, and then they're not, some friends are so good that they can even take the fall and the blame for you. Yours is just come back to the right path.
Just come.
So that's the number one thing. And then number two is fall back to your background. Use it as an excuse and know where to face. Then, like the example you gave at the gate, when you knock and you are tired, settle down again. Think of your direction, and like they say, you have to move out of the comfort zone. Already that place is becoming a habitat for you. Just step out, decide and take the harsh path one more time, and everything will fall back in place.
Also, make that decision because it starts from you. Whether or not you're going to be pressured or not, that decision starts from you. Knowing who you are, what you have to offer, set your goals, visualize appropriately. Then, if you put all of this into a good perspective, you will know that you're first an individual and that you have a say and a stake in your life.
Yes.
Maximum Impact Global TV.
Trivia. Trivia time.
Fun time.
Awesome. So trivia.
God.
I don't know what you're calling. So
I'm just going
to yeah, you've been talking today, pressure, circumference, so I'm just going to ask.
Okay.
I am something used as a means of transportation.
Okay.
I come with and I still come with a very important personality and an aid to replace.
A very important personality and aid to replace.
But I'm a means of transportation.
Motorade.
Okay.
Come one more time. Come again.
I'm a means of transportation, but I come with a very important personality or highly esteemed personality and an aid to a place and something that aids someone to replace or into replace.
A motor.
Are you asking me? Are you guessing? 1, 2,
road transportation.
3, 4, and your time is up. Donkey. D-O-N-K-E-Y. D-O-N is a don in the university, important personality. K-E-Y, kids, an aid to replace.
I'm speechless.
No, you don't need to, MJ. Okay, this is where we're wrapping up the conversation today. And of course, it is still the young and talented. We have just had a discussion around peer pressure. And it's coming to you from Maximum Impact Global Television. We hope that you've been able to learn 1 or 2 things from this episode today on how not to be pressured, how to handle pressure, and the ways of carving a niche for yourself, just so that you will be able to bring people into that which is positive. Remember, if you want to be part of this conversation, you can send us a message in the comment section. But of course, comment, like,
And
share,
share.
and subscribe to our
Exactly.
channel. And my name is still Iswana Jane Abodoya. And
Omale, favorite.
bye-bye.
Bye.